Welcome to Co-op Chaos, a game life balance podcast. Here are your hosts, Bob and Aaron.
Hello.
Hello!
Welcome back to another episode of Co-op Chaos. I'm Bob.
I'm Aaron. We have an extra special episode today because we have a familiar voice joining us. Please welcome Matthew. Hello.
Kermit the No, I'm sorry about that. Hello. Glad we finally are able to make this happen.
Yeah. Been looking forward to this.
Yeah, this is super exciting. So if you haven't figured this out yet, Matthew is the gentleman who reads our intro every single episode.
That's every time.
Every time. And we love it.
Every time.
We never get tired.
It's weird how those always line up, but we could never do this.
And I gotta say, your performance every time, like deadpan, like it's awesome, like spot on.
You know,
Yeah,
if I were this consistent at work, they would be just bemused.
And we're also joined again by our very dear friend Todd. Todd, thank you for coming back.
Howdy. Thanks for having me.
If you haven't listened to us before, Co-op KS is a podcast about being a gamer, a busy adult, and trying to bring those things together while maintaining our long-distance friendship across this chaotic journey of life. Each episode, we'll share a piece of our lives with you, play a co-op game that's hopefully under $10, share our thoughts on it, and talk to you... blah, 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 and talk about any other games or media that breathe life into us. This particular episode, we are doing Helldivers 1, or just Helldivers.
Helldivers OG.
Helldivers.
The original dive.
You'll get caught up in the Helldivers.
All right. So I think we're especially excited because as we know, Matthew, you're pretty much our tour guide and expert to this game. I know we played together one time before, and I was lost, and you were just like, "Come along, child, for this ride, and let me show you the way."
Yeah, when you first step into this game, it's weird. I mean, I remember in 2015 when it came out, I was there day one, and I think the only reason I was there day one is because at the time I was a Sony fanboy, like, and I was still kind of fanning the flames of the console war, which is ultimately like, I'm not proud of it, but like I'll admit that I did it. But I was there day one, because this was part of a series of games, like for like a spring. You remember how Xbox used to do like the indie arcade stuff? Mm-hmm. Like way back in the late 2000s, early 2010s, it would be like Summer of Arcade or whatever, and it would be one game. Like I remember one year we got like Super Meat Boy that way. One year we got Limbo that way. Like Sony was trying to do that. I forget what it was called now, but Helldivers was either the first game or the second game in that. And I'm like, okay, gotta support the corporation because I am too dumb to really understand how capitalism is bad. And I picked this up. I lost weeks of time to this game. I hadn't made any friends in the game yet, but I figured out a way to like dive into difficult missions, communicate with randoms, and the randoms that ended up being like team oriented, we all sort of started sending each other like friend requests because that's how you do it. And then eventually that led to group chats, and then I met another friend through another game, and he said he was obsessed with this game. So all of a sudden, here I am playing Helldivers for at least 2 years solid that way. And then it would taper off. New expansions would come and I'd be back in. Mm-hmm. And as I was saying before we started recording, the last time I played this on my PlayStation was 2 days before Helldivers 2 released. Now, if you're doing math, that's 9 years.
Right. So
like I had this game installed on my system for 9 years, and it's the only game I've ever like kept around that long. I feel like if you are an MMO player, you're like, oh, that's weak sauce. I've been playing WoW since whenever WoW came out. I don't remember.
1864.
Exactly. Like Pepperidge Farm remembers when WoW came out. But then there are like, you know, the people who, like you guys had mentioned, Left 4 Dead. Like you guys play that a lot. Like like I never got to play that game because I didn't start playing games on PC till real late. But like the fact that game still has a community, like Team Fortress 2, the fact that these games still have people that go play it. I mean, we don't need to talk about Counter-Strike because Counter-Strike's weird. But like Dota, you know, things that have just kept a player base. This was that for me.
Yeah.
And even the time I dove, because I'm playing on PC now and I'm a paltry level 8, even diving back into this a couple of times, or the once we did together, Bob, like just, it fills my heart. The only thing I can really compare to it now is the warm joy I get when I see my son do something cool. And my son's 2.5. So like when I see him, when he like says a new word or like makes sense of something, or even when he does his little, I need to think about this. Now I know how to cause trouble. Like I see those things happen and it just fills me with joy. Like I don't even get mad.
Right.
Like, I should, but, or I should be like, we got to set a boundary here, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one of my 10 favorite games of all time. I love this game more than the second game, even though we could probably pull out the objective matrix and figure out why 2 is better than this. But like, you don't get 2 without this game. Like, hands down.
I mean, there's different factors, right? So, Aaron, prepare your horn. So, I love Left 4 Dead 2 much more than Left 4 Dead 1.
Well,
so the great thing about Left 4 Dead 2 though is that they took the entire first game and they ported it into the second game. So all of the levels, all the characters from the first game, you can run through all of that in the second game with the updated functionality. And it's basically just like a refreshed version, but then you have both games in one package. So best of both worlds. But yeah, I mean, we started playing Left 4 Dead 1 when it first came out in 2008, I think it came out. And, you know, the second one came out like a year and a half later, and I still jump into that all the time. So
yeah,
it's that nostalgia, right? So actually my hat is a hat that Aaron got me. That's one of the characters' hats from Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I wear this occasionally, and it's just, you know, it's that little reminder of, you know, my homie Ellis from Left 4 Dead 2 that's always talking about the random stories, kind of like this, right? Like there's these fun things that the NPCs say that are just like absolutely hilarious and cheeky, and that character is like that. He's always like, you know, this one time me and my buddy Keith, you know, we were doing this stuff, and he did this dumb thing, and we got in a ton of trouble. And it's just the nostalgia.
I miss Keith.
Exactly. We're all like, where's Keith? We need to meet Keith. Where's Left 4 Dead 3 so we can play as Keith?
Right.
But,
so there's a friend of mine who writes for, his own website, but he writes for Dear Gamers, and he publishes a lot of reviews. He's a very big Borderlands fan. Mm-hmm. And he and I were playing Borderlands 3 when it released, and like I fell off of Borderlands 3 pretty hard. Yeah. I'm loving 4. I just wish I could play it more. But there's a you telling your story reminded me of a story a character tells in an audio log in that game, and it's like Gary did this, Gary did that, Gary did that. But basically, all he's telling you is a story about how Gary is completely toxic to him. And then he's like, and then at the end, like after Gary has officially gotten him, but he hasn't really gotten the message, he's like, classic Gary. So every so often I will just text him, classic Gary, and we both just smile. But like,
that's awesome.
Also, and I say this is going to sound derisory and pejorative, but I think that hat and the story behind it and the fact that Aaron got it for you, it's adorable and I love it. And I mean that with 100% earnestness and respect.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, it's, it's the game that like we've always gone back to, like, hands down. Like, we played it for years and years. Like, I know that map better than every map in the game, better than like anything in the world. Like, I could look at somebody's face that I've looked at for the last like 30 years and I'd be like, there's just some details I don't understand as well. But this map in the mall in Left 4 Dead 2.
You can spawn camp right here and it's just...
I think we had started playing a game with Todd one time, and Todd was sitting there like at the starting place, like still just trying to figure out like where do I go, and you and I are like down the stairwell, down the hall already, just like out of force of habit, like we're just doing our old moves.
I think that was last weekend.
Yeah, and we're like, oh, this is a defib. There should be like a magnum in that door going through there. There's probably a melee weapon over here. Oh, it's the katana. Great, perfect. Pick it up. Yeah.
So my friend Brian, who I met playing Rocket League, and then we played Helldivers 1 for years. The gentleman I mentioned earlier, he won't admit this, but it's true. I taught him the Souls games.
Okay.
Because he had never played a Souls game. He thought they were like trash for whatever reason. He was a big Skyrim fan. Still is a big Skyrim fan. But when I was talking to him about Bloodborne, he's like, I have that game. I should play. I'm like, I can help you. I can help you with the game. We can play together. He's like, there's co-op? I'm like, yeah, there's co-op in all the Souls games. You just have to know how to do it. Like it's not like, well, early on, it's not like, it wasn't like out there and easy, but you could legitimately just like find your friends. And it was the secret best co-op experience I can remember. And then I think Bloodborne might have been the one that added the password system. I don't remember for sure, but they added that. And then all of a sudden there were like maybe 3 sections in the game we can't play together just because that was how it was designed.
Okay.
But me showing him to play that game, it was like he summoned me and then I took off. And everything dies.
Oh man.
I'm like, I'm waiting. I'm at the boss gate. He's like, where's the boss gate? I'm like, it's right here. Where are you? I'm like, I'm right here. But I don't know where you, and I'm like, well, where are you? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, describe it. What do you see? And then I would basically say, oh, make a left. He's like, I made a left. That's a dead end. I go, well, then you described where you're at wrong. I'm coming back. Lo and behold, he did. And I walked him back. And then there were a couple of times where he took a wrong turn into death. And it was hilarious for both of us. And then there were times where he would yell at me for wandering off. It's like, every time you wander off and you start doing stuff and I don't know where you're at. And then he's like standing on an elevator that's going up and he just walks off the edge. I'm like, at some point, this is no longer my fault.
Right. You're like, I'm not holding your hand when you walk over that ledge, buddy. Goodbye.
Yeah. And then the person who I originally played Demon Souls with, who is, it's funny, we started playing, I was 32 and he was 19. Mm-hmm. He's now a radiologist in England and we still play games together.
That's awesome.
I find that just hilarious. Like when my wife and I got married, we went on our honeymoon in Scotland and he came and met us.
Oh, that's cool.
And my wife was like, so what are we doing here? I'm like, you're going to meet Ahmed. He's really cool. I promise. And like, it's really funny when an IRL person meets like your gaming buddy, and because they have no idea what to expect. Like they're like, is this going to be like a troll coming out from under its bridge? Are they just going to ask me riddles? Like, what's going to happen?
Right.
Are they gonna leer at me creepily because I'm a woman? Like, meanwhile, we learned that Ahmed had just gotten engaged, like on our honeymoon, and we were so happy for him. And we like took him to a bar, and we like cheers. He's like, I can't drink because I'm Muslim. I'm like, you can cheers to a glass of water, my friend. Hold it up. And we did that. Like, it was great. I'm taking us off track. Anyway.
Nah, you're good.
This is the chaos part of co-op chaos.
Oh well, then
I thought the whole
have,
thing was chaos.
Then I have come to the right place. When you have people in your life and they meet the people that you only really know through games, like all of a sudden they're just like, but then they find out, oh wait a minute, he's a person too.
Right.
Because like she met him when he was still like, I think he might have still been a resident physician where he was.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden they started talking more than he and I did, because really she started her educational journey in like neuroscience. She was on her way to probably be a doctor, but then she pivoted into psychotherapy. Her dad's a surgeon, so they had so much to talk about. Meanwhile,
Right.
I'm going to get another beer. Anybody want anything? Like, you guys good? And they both look at me, they're like, oh yeah, you're here.
That's hilarious.
Bob, you and I met somebody down the Cape that we played online.
Yeah, I was going to say Ninja.
Yeah, Ninja Monkey?
Ninja Monkey, yep. Yeah, what's his name? Jim? Yeah, he was super cool. I haven't talked to him in years. I did keep in touch with him for a while, but it just kind of fell out of touch.
Was that guy that there was one night, it was like late, and it was like, hey, you want to drive down to the Cape? And I was like, yeah, okay. And then we drove down to his house. It was like a couple hours away. We drove down there. He wasn't home. We went and like knocked on the door and didn't get an answer. And then like one of the neighbors called the police on us because they thought we were trying to break in.
Yeah, and then the cops came up and they're like yelling at us, and yeah, it was a nightmare. And then they were like, all right, like, you know, like, you guys tried to break into this apartment, and we're like, no, we did not. Like, this did not happen.
If we were trying to commit a crime, we wouldn't stick around long enough to talk to you, officer.
Yeah, they said that we jumped down off the second floor, and
yeah, the guy was like, the upstairs neighbor said that you ran up their stairs, kicked their door in, stole their TV, jumped off of their balcony down to the first floor, ran back around through the parking lot, and got back in your car. And I was like,
and then just sat there.
And then he was like, now that I think about it, it doesn't really make sense. I'm like, how would we jump off of a second-story balcony with a TV and not be, like, in pain and dying on the ground? Also, where's the TV?
I mean, it's that TV you bought at Best Buy just before.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it was just the most ridiculous thing. But, I mean, besides that, yeah, meeting him was great. Yeah, I think it's good. And, you know, this is one of the great things about, like, you know, this podcast and just talking about games in general is, like, you have those connections that, like, you know, Aaron and I maintain, and Todd too, like, our friendship, because I live in Wisconsin now. They still live in Massachusetts, where we all grew up together. And we can connect this way. It's, you know, this is just how we've maintained contact. And, you know, even after we all kind of fell out of touch for a while, we reconnected this way, and it's just like our thing. But,
yeah, it was 10 plus years.
Yeah.
And then we got back together.
Yeah. And it was, you know, it was great. I think it was, you know, because I mentioned in the first episode, like, it was difficult, like, moving away from everybody. And I just kind of, like, you know, like, shut down and, like, kind of, you know, did my thing and was just out here. Like, you know, I had, you know, my wife, obviously, who I love, and the kiddos, and they kept me busy. But it was like, you know, those friendships that I had already established just, like, weren't there. So, you know, rekindling that has been phenomenal. And also, like, making new gaming friends, you know, like you, Matthew, for instance, and like other people that we've met through, you know, like Super Earth Podcast and that group, and like the mobile games that I've played. I have a a friend from a mobile game that I play now that like we're playing Marvel Strike Force together, and we have been since it started. But before that, we were playing this Walking Dead mobile game together for like 8 years. So like we've known each other for over a decade.
Wow.
And yeah, and we still talk to each other. We're still in the game together. And there was like months ago where I was like, I think I'm going to quit playing the game. And he was just like, man, that really messed me up. Like, you can't quit. And I'm like, all right, I'll stay. But yeah,
you're my boy, Blue.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. And yeah, and he and I have talked about like meeting up because he doesn't live too far. Mm-hmm. He's in like Missouri, but he does like railroad work, so he travels up this way sometimes.
Oh, that's cool.
So we're just like waiting for like the right time so we can just like meet up, get a beer, get a bite to eat, and just like chit chat.
Where in Missouri? Do you know where?
I forget. I think I'm trying to remember where exactly he lives. I think it's like
hey, let's dox him.
Further south.
Here, let me find
so is he like? Would you say he's closer to St. Louis or he's closer to KC?
I think he's closer to KC.
Okay, so KC, I believe, is like northwest. Only reason I'm asking is because I know it really well. Like my biological father lived there a long time, so I was there a lot. And then when I made friends in like my first stint in college, like a lot of them were from that area, so I would travel there. And I had a friend who moved to Kansas City, so I'd go see him. So I know Missouri. I'm from Iowa originally.
Okay.
And along similar lines of you guys having 10 plus years apart, I didn't have the friendships when I left.
Okay.
I'm not doing that here. So when I I moved out here for a woman, she and I are no longer together, but she and I are still friends.
That's good.
But when I moved out here, like I started to realize how, for lack of a better term, repressed I was in terms of like needing to really kind of hide who I was as just a person, what my hobbies are, what I was interested in, because no one wanted to talk about music with me, like from a critical standpoint. They just wanted to listen to what was on the radio. No one wanted to talk about movies with me because they just wanted to watch and escape. Whereas I was like, maybe these movies you like aren't really that good if you think about it for more than like 10 seconds.
That's a great way to start a conversation. Hey, your movies are awful.
Well, I mean, but it would be like, I wouldn't start it that way, Todd, but it would be like, they'd be like, oh, what do you think about this movie? And I'm like, so
you're going to leave that long pause in, right?
I think we need to.
I'm not a fan. But I'm not, and nowadays I'll say like I'm not a fan, but like I'm not really gonna yuck your yum. But like at the time I'd be like, I'm not a fan. It's actually kind of garbage, and here's why. And they're like, but none of that was in the movie. I go, actually, it is. No one says it out loud though. You have to. This is why you look at the entire frame. This is why you watch characters. This is why you try and start. This is why acting is an art that not everybody can do, because you have to be able to convey something, not just by saying it. Because if they're going to say everything they feel, it's real boring.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you don't even mention that you like films in a foreign language, because people are like, man, I don't want to read. It's like, oh, well, so and it got to a point where I was like, But then out here, I met people at work or in social settings that thought along those lines, and I became a little bit freer. Felt a little safer, believe it or not, moving from Des Moines to Philly, which is interesting because the year I moved here, I think we went 500 days where at least one person was shot and killed.
Yikes.
Wow.
We were calling it Philadelphia for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, like.
But hey, at least the people in Philadelphia like the right kind of movies, right?
True that.
I can go.
I'm sorry. This is my thing. I'm a wedge.
I appreciate it. I'm mad, but not because I'm angry. I'm mad because I'm kind of jealous. Because that was well placed, well timed, and just smacked the nerve right where it needed. Right where it needed to. Okay,
Don't take it personally.
I absolutely will not.
You're like, I absolutely will, sir.
Yeah. This is the last time we play Helldivers.
Reminder, write in your diary tonight. Thanks. Okay, cool.
Dear diary, Todd is a jerk.
Who the f*** is Todimus? I apologize if cursing is a thing you don't want to do here.
No, it's okay. We can bleep out the occasional swear.
We got a little bit of gaming background from Matthew.
Right.
Anybody got some family? How's the family been?
Yeah, so family for me is good. Kiddos are, they're doing their kiddo stuff. The second oldest, I've, said the last few episodes, we've been watching Stranger Things together. So right before we were recording, we got through half of episode 6 of season 1, and he is still liking it. He's not too concerned or scared or turned off by it. He thinks it's great. He loves the storytelling. He's really vibing with it, so I love that. And of course, I had to break his heart a little bit when I was like, well, season 5 comes out next week, the first 4 episodes, and I will be watching them, and you're going to have to wait until you get through all of the first 4 seasons. So, sorry, little fella, but you're going to have to wait. Well, we're prepping for Thanksgiving, so that's always like a big thing for me. I love to cook. I am planning the entire meal and am fully prepared. And I'm going to be brining our turkey, which I did last year for the first time. Turned out amazing. It was the juiciest turkey I've ever had in my life.
Nice.
I think we're going to my folks this year, which will be good because then no cooking on our end. Not that I do any of it, but...
Right. I was going to ask you if your dad still hosts that, because I was talking to somebody about that recently, like a work friend, and I was just like, yeah, my friend Aaron, that I do the podcast with, that I've known for a million years, I went to Thanksgiving at their place one year, and, it's a tradition that you have to, one person gets picked to, say, the thanks and the, whatever blessings over the meal, and it can be whatever. And I was like, so what did I do? I was like, I'd like to thank the X-Men for keeping the world safe. And and I just loved that your dad was just like, okay. And you just let me do that.
I think I'm going to use that one.
You should. Yeah, thank the X-Men.
I love pushing the envelope with shenanigans, harmless shenanigans. I'm not going to be out mean, but my wife is not about to abide my BS. So
my son's at a sleepover.
Oh, nice.
They got a farm. They got emus and a bajillion chickens, about a bajillion. And the kid hosting had a pretty smart idea. He's like, yeah, you're going to earn points throughout the night. And you can do that by wrangling the chickens. Basically getting them all to do his chores for him.
Nice.
What else?
Forgot about the snipers.
Uh-oh.
Look out, Bab. Oh, you didn't look out.
Okay, kid stuff for me. Big week this week. We got our son's first school pictures back.
Nice.
How do you feel about that?
It's getting difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Not because they're getting big.
Yeah.
Not ready for it?
I'm more worried about my wife because she's the one. It was a long, arduous journey for us to even have kids. Okay. And the fact that we're here now feels like kind of a miracle.
Yeah. No, that's tough for sure. Even if it's not a hard journey, it's still hard to see all those milestones and see them getting bigger. My oldest is going to be 13 in 6 weeks, and that to me has been tricky. And I'm like, I just remember when you were a baby
Yeah,
And
I remember when
now
I could
you're-
hold you in just one hand. Like,
Right.
I remember when you couldn't hold your head up.
Yeah, it's difficult, right? Like parenthood is. I always tell people it's like the easiest job in the world, and it's also the most difficult in so many ways. There's a lot of complexity to it, and a lot of feelings, and it's just not ever going to be an easy thing when your kids are getting older, and you're trying to reconcile that, and thinking about all the milestones that they're going to go through. They're going to eventually go to college, and like my wife is always like, don't talk about that right now. Like, but we need to like prepare for that. She's like, I can't think about that right now. And I mean, it's true, like, and our littlest she's 5. So like when she started going to, the same school as the other kids last year, it was like, that was a big deal. It was like, you're no longer in daycare. Like now you're in like big kids school.
When a teammate is down, you can pick them up.
Oh, instead of having to call them back in?
Correct. Like when you see them laying on the ground like that, they can tap, on a controller, they can tap A or X
Okay,
to recover, and then you can just walk over and pick them up, and it auto heals them.
So, Todd, I know our kids you've got the 2, but your 2 are similar ages to my oldest and my third oldest.
Yeah.
So
Spreading them out.
Well, I think your oldest he's just a little bit older than my oldest.
Yeah, just like a smidgen.
Yeah.
Seems like their schedules never line up.
Right.
Yeah, your oldest has been online saying, hey, anybody want a game? And then
That's
after
my
8
second
o'clock...
oldest.
Oh.
My oldest hasn't been online as much. My second oldest is like, someone come game with me.
So this objective is fun. Where we're at. So you see this metal detector that one of you called down?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You have to use that to find bombs.
Oh.
So like you'll see it blink. It'll start to blink fast, and then you have to hit A to defuse it. And if you mess up the code, it blows up.
I love that. I think that's hilarious. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, I'll have to remember the name of this book I've been reading, Aaron. I think you would enjoy this one. It's about like this like team of like 3 people that get sent to Mars for some like there's like some like fortress or something that they've like set up, and they're like the 3 people that are gonna basically live out the rest of their existence there to do like scientific research and set up like colonies for future generations. And there's like these like robots that live there, and they show up, and the robots are supposed to be like there to like help them, and like 2 of them are like disabled, and like one of them is just like, we started like assigning ourselves genders and giving each other names, and like I'm the female, and you're like, what's going on here? Things are getting a little spicy. And then they're like, oh yeah, that big giant hole in the side of the fortress, it was attacked by an alien, but we know nothing about it.
But it's okay, we're doing it now.
Right. We're doing robot stuff. Human robot stuff.
So we've done all the objectives. We can basically head to extract now.
Yeah, my kids have actually been playing Goat Simulator 3 lately.
Oh.
Did I just take you out?
You sure did. I called you
Whoopsie-daisy.
in, you took me out. Oh, your kids have been playing Goat Sim?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, what is that? Episode 6 that just came out was Goat Sim? So Matthew, I don't know if you're familiar. There's this game called Goat Simulator 3 where you're literally just like a goat, right?
Yep.
God, it's
I
so
played the first.
funny.
I played the first game. The first game goes weird places.
Yeah, the third one, I never played 1 or 2. I was kind of wondering because, every once
There's
in a
no
while...
second game.
There isn't?
No.
That's what I was going to ask.
Really?
There's no second game.
They're just like, we'll just do a third one.
They did the Traveling Wilburys thing where they just like, we're just going to release the third album.
Traveling who?
Oh, boy. So there was a super group in the 80s that consisted of George Harrison, Bob Dylan, Tom Petty, and Jeff Lynne.
Look up, Bob.
And they were called the Traveling Wilburys.
Oh.
Look them up. They had some good poppy stuff for classic rockers.
Okay.
Handle Me With Care is a great one. Dirty World's good. End of the Line's pretty popular. But their first album was just called The Traveling Wilburys. And then their second album was called Volume 3.
Always leave them questioning.
Now, just like in Helldivers 2, the dropship will land on you if you're standing there.
I love it. That's what we get.
There we go. Stand back, medium.
Oh, I'm dead.
Can we call you in before
Yep.
it's over?
Yeah. Why not? It'd be really funny if you called me in and then you just immediately ran onto the ship before I could get on. You're just like, bye.
Yeah.
All right,
It
somebody's
leaves in
gone.
10 seconds, not 20.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
How do I get on?
Ship.
Oh, no.
Go
It's,
Oh, no.
it wasn't around the back.
Bye-bye. Have fun storming
Have fun
the
with those
castle.
Illuminate, buddy.
It's all right. It's Helldivers. We'll just brew up another token rude boy.
We call him Token
Just
Rude
funny.
Boy, but we have millions of them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
Everybody
congratulations on
gaining
your
levels.
promotion. Yeah.
Now, look at that. You
at
unlocked the Breaker. Now, that is the same Breaker that is in Helldivers 2.
Wow.
Like, there are a lot of
Love it.
weapons that are the same.
I mean, I like that. I like the consistency across the games for that.
I love that you use the word consistency.
I'm very deliberate with my word choices.
Okay, so do you want to jump to 6 or do you want to just stick at 3? It's up to you guys. Or do you want to try a different faction? We can do that too.
I'm cool with anything. I'm just enjoying the whole top-down arcade style experience of Helldivers 1.
Yeah, I know you would like this one, Todd.
Yeah.
I'm happy with doing whatever. I mean, obviously, like, I'm pretty trash at this game, so I don't think it matters if we're at a 3, a 6, a 9, whatever level. I'm going to do just as terrible, so sign
All
me
right,
up
so
for
we're
whatever.
just going to go to the bugs.
Okay.
See, now normally when you have like the line of planets, each planet, if you complete all the missions, it'll either reward you with XP or a stratagem, because that's how you unlock like the additional stratagems that are in the game. There's one stratagem called the Shredder that I really want to come into 2. I don't know if it ever will, but it is one of those things. I don't want it because it's a big boom. Well, I want it because it's a big boom, but I don't want to use it for anything other than extraction. Because you drop it right where the ship is, you wait the 5 seconds, and then you get in, and you're lifting off right as the thing explodes, and it's like the end of Return of the Jedi. You are the Millennium Falcon coming out of a ball of fire. It's glorious. And the fact that the fact that, you know, I'll kneecap myself one stratagem slot just to do it at the very end. It's the kind of stupid that I genuinely love.
Does it only have one shot?
No, it has like 4, but you have to wait. No, it has infinite, but you have to wait like 8 minutes for it to cool down. Like, it takes forever.
Funny, like, relatable thing for that, Aaron, prepare your horn. So in Left 4 Dead 2, you can get like Molotov cocktails, pipe bombs, like you have like a throwable, like a grenade type thing, right? And every level you start off in a safe room, and one of the best things that you can do is everyone's in the safe room, you all throw a Molotov cocktail down, you just burn, you're all incapacitated, and then it's just chaos. Like, that's it, it's over, like you restart. Every time somebody throws a stratagem down on like a ship in this game or Helldivers 2, I'm like, all right, this is our Molotov, we're gonna burn each other, and we're gonna lose, and it's gonna be hilarious.
One of my dumb favorite things is to throw down the napalm barrage as I'm getting on, and then it doesn't hurt you while you're in the Pelican. So as you leave, you're just leaving out of fire. It's glorious. It's glorious.
Yeah,
it's just it's absolute. It's all spectacle, zero substance, and I love it.
Yeah.
And that's what I want out of
things.
a game. Forget like difficulty, forget challenge, forget like the white knuckle intensity of just holding the line in whatever situation you're in. I need dumb reason for explosion. That's what I need. Ooh, we're on a
Right.
toxic planet. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it was on one of the recent Super Earth podcast episodes, Bacon was talking about playing a game at like a lower level. He was like, it was like really nice, and that was when he gamed with us, because he was like, we just stayed at like a level 5 and we just got to like enjoy the game instead of suffering. And we were like, yeah, like we just like to have fun. Like I don't need to kill myself on a level 10. Like I just want to like casually play, enjoy it, do all the fun things, and just have it be like that. It doesn't have to be super hard challenge, like highest difficulty, stress.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Aaron
like,
got the robot.
there is this. Oh yeah, the mechs in this game are great. There's a certain beauty to that. There's a certain fun to that. But if you also have to kind of have to be locked in. And if you're not locked in, if you're just in it for the vibes, like you don't need to do that.
So, we are playing Helldivers. This is top-down madness.
Yep.
It's 4-player max.
Yes.
Now, we got, at the time, this was available for under $10, so this meets the criteria.
Yeah, it was $4.
I think it was...
Yeah, I think you got it for cheaper than I did.
Or it was $8 and you got all the DLCs and stuff too, right?
That's the one that I got. But yeah, the base game itself was $4. That's like $2
That's nice.
times 2.
The objective and story is democracy, obviously.
And shoot all the things.
If you're familiar with Helldivers 2, it's basically the same. So now I'm trying to find out where this last. There it is.
Controls are they're a little
Up, down.
they're not bad, but they take a little adjusting to, I think.
Yeah.
I keep hitting X to reload, and that just puts me to prone. I guess I could remap it.
Follow the guy that knows where he's going. The rest of us are all like meandering around doing nothing.
I'll get you out of this, soldier, but you have to help me help you.
But Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no
I
legs.
don't need them. I'm a Helldiver, Forrest.
Oh, there I go again.
Sorry.
Diving
there
to
I go,
prone when
killing
try
my
to reload.
teammates again.
I shot you in the buns again.
Keep doing it, I'll start to like it.
Oh my.
Oh my.
You little George Takei.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
So watch the pits. You can fall in them.
That's
A
good
very
to know.
funny story from like the middle period. Oh, my guy's healing you. Awesome. From the middle period of me playing this game, I jumped in with friends. They had added a motorcycle to it.
Yeah, I saw that in there.
And so I'm like, who wants to ride the motorcycle with me? My buddy,
Oops, sorry, Bob.
his name is also Matthew. He's like, oh, I'll get on the motorcycle with you. Literally, we get on, and I drive right into a pit. And it wasn't like I made a tricky turn. It was literally like, look where I am. It was literally me turning and just going in.
Oh, that's hilarious.
He's like, so did we do good? I'm like, no, no, we did not.
Very results-oriented person.
I dig the top-down art style of this game.
Mm-hmm. It's surprisingly beautiful. Like they really found a way to like convey like landscapes from this perspective. Like, and they give you enough that looks, I'll say, foreign from a celestial standpoint. Like these don't look like you're running around Earth that's just a different color. They look like they could pass as different planets. And I love that. There's a volcanic environment that hasn't shown up in 2 yet, but basically you're wandering around there. You're basically wandering around land bridges over lava.
Yeah, I remember when we were playing before, Matthew, it was, I remember making the comment that I'm usually not like a top-down guy, but like I really enjoyed this one. Like it it like feels more of like your traditional like third person, first person, like 3D, but like somehow it's not. And I think the way that they can make that the vibe with this style of game is really fascinating.
Coming in.
I told you in that session, and it's the one thing that I still love about this game is, and Helldivers 2 is a great step forward because of this. That game looks like how this game made me feel. Like when you get overrun in that game, that's exactly how I felt like in this game. But you actually see it happening rather than having to kind of adjust with the theater of the mind because you're looking at it top down.
Yeah, it's a good perspective on things.
And while like the greater, I'll say the greater. Oh, here's our objective. The greater world sort of caught up to understanding why co-op is the way forward in the game, because so many people, like, there's still probably people going, there needs to be competitive, there needs to be PvP, and no, there absolutely does not. And I love the fact that that Arrowhead is steadfast against it.
I agree. I mean, obviously, you know, we're on co-op chaos, so we much prefer a co-op game, and I think that it's just such a better experience than, you know, I've done the PvP games before. I never enjoyed them. I've always preferred being on a team with my friends, working towards the common objective.
I will say the one game I really enjoyed PvP in, and this is the only one, like, I didn't play like Battlefield or anything that was based on classes. I really love the PvP in Overwatch because the loadout you guys picked in your squad you had to like work together. Everybody had to pick a role.
Yeah, so I mean, even in that respect, it's still very cooperative because if you can make the PvP still like a co-op team experience, it's more fun for sure. Like, you know, Left 4 Dead 2 does that. You have your team of 4 survivors and your team of 4 special infected zombies, and you still have to coordinate and work together on either team to win. You know, if you're the humans and you're running around all willy-nilly, like, you're not going to survive. The special infected team is going to pick you off one by one. And if you're, you know, not using your special abilities in conjunction with like good timing as the special infected, you're going to mess everything up and your team's going to just get taken up by the humans really quickly.
Here, let me throw this at these guys. I missed.
Dope.
It's okay.
Watch out! Here comes Frank!
Run.
All right,
All right, Aaron, make sure you get on this time.
I was.
Oh, are you down?
hurry up. We're leaving.
All right.
Nice.
I got the achievement, meet interesting people, they said.
Yeah, I remember the achievement list in this game being pretty funny.
Yeah, I love all the cheekiness in this game, especially. I think I like it even more than the second game because it's just not...
They go further, I
Not
think.
as... Yeah, they really do.
My first Arrowhead game was a VR game called Boneworks, and that was a ton of fun.
Interesting.
Like, it was
I completely missed that one.
it's a physics game. They also came out with a sequel they called Bone Labs, but it's all physics based. It's so like there's guns and there's like handheld items, but you can also punch with your fists or just like pick up a brick or a cinder block and like get the baddies that way.
Do what you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll still play that game. Like once you're out of ammo, you just take a gun and start smashing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Matthew, let me ask you, with being the person with the most experience with this game, is there anything that you would change, or is there anything about this game that you're like, man, I wish there was like this one little thing that like...
I think I would change the progression. I don't know how I would, if I'm being honest, but after a point, the samples becomes, I mean, maybe that's probably the goal, but like in the later levels where you have upwards around 20 samples in a map, like that's 2 research points. We're trying to get all those really hard. And now I'm sort of walking that back like, oh, that's the risk reward system. So like if you're going to risk it and go after them, it's a worthwhile reward. So maybe no. I'm not going to sit here and say this game is perfect because
it sounds like you don't like the grind.
I did that. Well, so with Helldivers 2, if you've been playing Helldivers 2 for the entire time and you have all of your ship modules upgraded, like you are sitting there on 100% samples, you've been full for months at this point. Like the only reason I have 2 reasons I still collect samples in Helldivers 2. One, I can't not, and 2, there's all like with the influx of Xbox folks, like I know that picking up more for them is better than not, because I remember when I was trying to get all the ship modules, if it wasn't everybody going after them, it was annoying.
That's something that seems different in this game. In Helldivers 1, like once you pick up a sample, like you've got it. You don't have to go and retrieve it if you go down.
No, you don't. You don't drop them when you die. And maybe there would probably be. I think if now that I'm thinking about it a little deeper, the way that everything is on a clock is weirdly anxiety-inducing because, like, as you see in the top right corner of our screen. The 3 things that are under attack, where the yellow, which is the Helldivers, is ahead on Super Earth, but it's not ahead on Kepler Prime. It's not ahead on Cyberstan. And looking at those, it's just like I'm just watching it go, and I'm looking at it at this point in time, 10 years after the game is out. I know that those margins are never getting clawed back. Whereas at a point in time in the long ago, there was a chance if you could get on a forum in a Facebook group or I don't know when Reddit became a thing, but like if you could get on like some sort of public place and say, hey, if you're playing Helldivers 2, go here, we can still win this. So I think like after the life, I don't want to say after the life cycle because here we are still playing it, but like after the player base is gone, I think you have to sort of start thinking of a new way if you want people to keep playing. Now, I can totally sympathize with Arrowhead going, no, don't play Helldivers 1, play Helldivers 2. But I also don't think Arrowhead is that developer. I think they would rather people play whatever they want to play and be happy. I will say, if you like this aesthetic, you should try their Gauntlet game. Yeah,
I haven't seen that one.
They did a Gauntlet game. Are you guys familiar with the franchise Gauntlet?
Yeah.
Top-down, randomized dungeons. It was like a barbarian, a Valkyrie, a rogue, and a wizard, and those are your classes. Their Gauntlet game, real good. I highly recommend it if you're into this. And the way that they Helldivers 1 Gauntlet is kind of impressive.
Okay.
I'm checking it out right now. 4-player co-op action gameplay. I was going to say, I could hear
you typing.
I think they revealed that they were making that game by putting that game in this for a brief moment. Okay. Like it was like, oh, you could just drop into. Wait a minute, we're in Gauntlet now. What? And I think it was like that for like a month. Yeah, it was wild.
Yep, same style, top down.
That's a smart marketing tactic.
Now, for anybody who's not familiar with Gauntlet, if you're familiar with the franchise Diablo is essentially an iteration on the Gauntlet idea. They took it a lot more places. At points they had a story or a narrative that was interesting. They added extra things onto it, but Diablo is essentially a Gauntlet.
again, I have to go to you, Matthew,
Mm-hmm.
since you know the most. I don't think there's any coarse language at all in the game that I noticed.
I don't. I think the only content warnings are like the violence. Language is not they don't do a lot of like skirting the lines with language here, as far as I'm concerned.
I feel like this is where this is a little bit more cartoony. You could maybe skirt some of the kids. Maybe some of the older kids, like the early teens. You could push, like you'd be fine playing this game.
Yeah.
Depending on, parent and what they're comfortable with. So, yeah, I would play this again. I would play this with my kids probably if they were interested in it. They wanted to.
I mean, if I could draw an analog to Minecraft Dungeons, I mean, that's like another top-down kind of game. It's a 4-player co-op online thing. It's also local too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just having the top-down aspect of it really like removes you from the anxiety that could be seen. My daughter's very empathetic, so anytime she's playing a game, she played in VR recently, and somebody came up from behind a corner and she just threw the headset to the ground. And it's fine. The VR headset's fine, in case you were wondering. But
well, at this point, I'm more worried about the daughter. Is she okay?
No, she's more than fine. She's well aware of her situation.
Okay.
But yeah, it's having the top-down aspect really kind of separates you from the action. Turns it back into a game.
Yeah, I mean the having the top down, it requires less head on a swivel. You need to know what's happening around you at all times because you can kind of see it. The cues in the game for things coming at different sides of the screen, maybe just out of frame, are present. It might take 1 or 2 missions, especially at middle difficulties, to start seeing it and start seeing it consistently. But the warnings are there, and when you know what they look like, they're pretty prevalent. You don't have to go scouring for them. It's not a pixel search.
This game doesn't do local co-op at all, right?
This one does.
Does it?
This one does. Helldivers 2 does not. That was the one thing that's if you want to talk about things I would change, that's what I would change about Helldivers 2. There should be a local component, and there's not. And I think that's an oversight on their part. Kind of get it why they didn't, but at the same time, like it doesn't have to be that way when everything is account centric rather than server centric.
I don't know. I mean,
right.
Top down versus first or third person. Like top down, it's a lot easier to have a local co-op because you already got one screen.
Yeah. And one of my favorite things about this game is still that you only have the screen you can see. And it's one of those things, like, I always think of, whenever I play this game, I always think of the movie The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. There's a scene at the very beginning of that movie where you just see a man in frame and he's just existing, and then he gets shot from off frame, and it's from off frame at an angle where he would have definitely seen someone pull a gun. And what the director is telling you is, if it's not in the frame, nobody sees it. And I love that about that movie, and I love that about this game. and if you walk off frame, you only have a little bit of existence before it says, "Call me back in."
That's funny.
Now, granted, if you're carrying stuff, it drops where you dropped, but like, I love that it's just like, nope, here's your boundary. stay together. Don't get crazy. And this game, more so than the second one, there's not a Swiss Army knife here either that gets you through everything. Like everything is kind of viable to a degree, and you can make everything work if you know the tricks to do that. Whereas in 2, everything can work if you like playing that way. With this, you do have to kind of try and synergize stratagems with your cohorts in higher difficulties, because one thing I'm not able to show you now because we're on the 2 home worlds of the automatons and the bugs, as well as we're defending Super Earth from the Illuminate. There are raid bosses in this game, and those, like, I think for at least one of them, all of you have to quadruple up on the same stratagem in order to viably stay mobile and do adequate damage. And I think it's the Eat 17 that we had to use. Like, when I first did it, it was the automaton boss for me. We all just dropped eats, and because everything's on a cooldown, there's no minimum or maximum. You're just constantly throwing. You drop in, you throw 4 down, so there's 16 of them that hit that hit the big guy, and then you're picking them up as you're running away from his fire and just taking a second to fire, and then you're kind of like staggering how you bring them in, so you can always keep a steady supply. And like, that aspect of this game is special. And I think the second game is missing that, but at the same time, like, when you take it to third person, it immediately becomes everybody has to be the hero. Everyone has to be the one-man army. And while I don't think Arrowhead at this point have discovered the way to make people synergize more, here they didn't have to tell you. It became immediately apparent because of all of the limitations on the gameplay. And that's a special equation to me. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah. No, that was great.
Everything you were saying was excellent, and I didn't want to interrupt, but I was like, oh man, this is like all good final thought stuff. And we're like, let me just throw the transition.
Matt, shut up, for God's sake.
1 second.
Quit talking.
No, I think I like that stuff. And I mean, kind of going off of a lot of what you were saying, like, you know, with like the screen and just like the way that you're visualizing all of it, and like how you're just all on that one screen, like you have to stick together. I was playing, so I got this little Sega Genesis like box thing that you can play like old school Genesis games in. And I was playing with my second oldest earlier, the X-Men game. There's 2 of them that came out for Genesis, and we were playing the first one. And it's just like that, right? It's a side scroller. You're on the same screen. Like, if one of you falls off the map, Jean Grey swoops in and like telekinesis you back up onto the map. So it's like, you know, it's just very similar. Like, you have to stick together. There's a lot more of that like coordination that has to take place, and I think that does make it more special. You know, like, you have to really communicate.
Yeah, that was the Gauntlet game that I was thinking of. I was thinking of a side scroller Gauntlet game when you were talking, Matt.
Oh, okay. So, speaking of side scrollers, I'm a big roguelike person. There's a game. Have you guys ever heard of Spelunky?
Yeah.
So,
Heard of it.
You can play that co-op too. And it's a 2D platformer roguelike. It's very difficult, but there's a special amount of chaos in it too. You can do everyone against each other in a tiny deathmatch arena where it's basically the first person to throw a bomb out kills everybody else. Or you can actually just run through the game. And when I first met my wife, she was like trying to figure out who she was dating. In my late 30s, I started saying like, you know what? I play video games. It's a thing, and she's like, well, maybe I could play with you. I'm like, okay, I'd be down for that. And she saw me playing Spelunky. She's like, oh, this is just like Mario. I could play this with you. She did. And then she started walking off screen. She's like, I can't find my way back. I go, yeah, because you've probably fallen off the platform and now you are like behind a wall. There are enemies over there and they will deal with you if you can't see them. So eventually what it turned out is she was my turret. So like I would actually pick her up. So in the first map, I would kill the shopkeeper. I would take their shotgun, let her pick it up, and then I would pick her up and run through the level. And I would just be like, fire, 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 fire. And she would just kill everything. We got to the final boss doing that. And eventually, I think we got to the final boss like a couple of times. Weren't able to get the win. But she's like, that's too stressful. I can't do this anymore. I'm like, that's fine. The fact that you were able to stick it out with me this far, kind of great. I can't really argue with that. But yeah, so like that concept does exist in other games, as you have said. And, and I love that it does. It's kind of brilliant. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it forces the co-op, right? It forces you to stick together, which is...
Yeah, like you're playing two players, play together. and
yeah,
like, I know
absolutely.
that there are a lot of games nowadays, like It Takes Two, Split Fiction, all of, what is it, Joey, what's his name? I forget the guy's name for the guy who did like A Way Out. He did Brothers. That guy, I forget the studio's name. But doing cool things with co-op, but I feel like he's the only one getting press. And I'm like, no, there's tons of good co-op out there. You do have to find it. And yeah, this is some of that. And I'm glad we were all able to get together finally and play. Hopefully we do it again.
Yeah.
I know my schedule is pretty awkward for everybody. Hopefully that I'm still kind of crossing my fingers for that to change, but I will continue to persist and do my job so I can feed my family. So,
yeah.
Well, get this guy an invite to the Discord server.
I'm in it.
You're in it.
Eggplant Wizard.
Yeah, you're already in it.
Oh, well, you got to be more active.
I know. I stand next to brain surgeons all day. And so can I tell you, do you guys mind if I take this way off topic?
Please.
Okay. So
Absolutely, yeah.
This year, in the past 3 months, I like how Bob and Aaron just like leaned back. They're like, okay.
I'm just like, it's story time. Let's go.
I
I'm
did that
ready.
the whole time.
Well, your camera's not on, so I don't know. But now that I know, kudos. This year, I got both into and back into dead tabletop games. So if you've ever, are we all familiar with Magic the Gathering?
Okay, yeah.
Familiar.
Yeah.
with.
Have you heard of the game that Richard Garfield designed after Magic the Gathering called Netrunner?
I am not.
No.
So Netrunner
No.
is kind of Magic the Gathering for two players. It's asynchronous in a cyberpunk theme. One of you plays the corporation, one of you plays the runner. Originally, it was a collectible card game like Magic the Gathering. It died then, and then Fantasy Flight Games picked it up as a living card game where they released their first box was essentially Netrunner as it existed, and then they did expansions. That died in 2018. And then in 2018, one of the video game people that I followed just evangelized it when it was dying. Austin Walker followed them. They do great video game crit. They do good tabletop stuff and Friends of the Table. Sorry to throw promos, but like it's good content. And Austin doesn't know who the hell I am. And so anyway, when they talked about it, I was like, oh, I've heard of that, but never actually got to play it. So I started like really diving into what Netrunner was then, but I didn't really know how to play it. Turns out a group of fans started a company called Null Signal Games, and they have been carrying the Netrunner torch since then. They have chose to update the game and eliminate cards, make up their own, and really sort of carry its torch. And they've gone a ways to make it more inclusive for folks that might not feel seen by the games industry. And recently I found I found a way back in, and I've gotten those cards. And I'm really looking forward to finally playing Netrunner with people. I still haven't yet, but there are ways to play it online, just like there are ways to play the other game I'm going to talk about, which is a game I was hardcore into called Guild Ball. I think I might have talked to you guys about this just in our Discord chat briefly. But Guild Ball is a tabletop miniatures game. It is essentially soccer with fighting, but each team is themed around a medieval guild. So like there's butchers, masons, alchemists, fishermen, things like that, and they're all designed around those concepts. Example, butchers like to cause bleed damage. Fishermen love to get away from things because fish, when you try and grab them, they are slippery. Alchemists love to do conditions, so there's lots of poison, there's lots of fire. The masons, the way that they are designed, if you activate them, if you basically essentially build a game plan with them, that's a way to victory. Now you can win by scoring 3 goals or 6 takeouts. So if you're doing the math, a goal is 4, a takeout is 2. You can mix and match along the way. This game was canceled in 2020 because the company that made it was mad at the people who wanted to play competitively. They thought the competitive folks ruined it for everybody else.
So they took their ball and went home?
Essentially, yeah. Like that was that. So I want to preface this by saying, like, that was my interpretation, and I don't think I'm alone in that. But from my side, it was really hard to get models to play with. Like anytime you went to the website, like I would go for weeks at a time, and everything would be out of stock. So I couldn't even get a guild I didn't want, let alone a guild I did want. Like I couldn't get anything to play with. It was frustrating, but still persisted because I wanted to play. And when I finally did play, I played against the most try-hardness folks. Like they were the most unfun people to play against. But because I was sucked in, my qualities of stubborn and spite kicked in. Is like, no, I'm going to play this game, and I wanted to get good. Then they canceled the game. So last year they announced, Steamforge announced that they were going to think about seeing what they could do to support Guild Ball again. And I didn't find out about this till I started probably about 4 months ago. I wonder what's going on with Guild Ball. Like I knew a group of community folks like decided to try and keep tournaments alive and keep the online modules alive so people could continue to play, but I didn't really know what had happened. And then I found out about that. And then I went to the Guild Ball Community Project Discord and found out that they had released their own team. They had developed and designed a team for the game. And then in the video that Steamforge released about coming back, they said, we acknowledge what they've done and we are accepting it as canon. So like, I think that is dope as hell. Like all of a sudden, like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
I am on fire for Guild Ball again. And now, in the 3 months since I've been back, I've played in my first tournament. I've found local folks near me who are into the game and actively playing. And
sweet.
I'm trying to build out just a little scene here. I know it's going to take a long time, but the cool thing about it is, it's a very low skill floor, a very high skill ceiling. The barrier of entry to technically get in is free. You don't have to buy any physical models. You can play it online at 2 places, and it's really fun.
Sure, first one's always free.
No, you don't even need to. If you just want to play online, Aaron, you can access all of their guilds, all of their models, all of their teams, everything without ever having to pay anybody a dime.
Oh, neat.
All you need to do is know some nerd like me who's willing to teach you, because I will say the online modules, if you're going in sight unseen, they're weird. Like, especially if you've never, like, this is the only tabletop wargaming I've ever done. So I don't have a frame of reference as to like, oh, this is what happens in this war game. And I can sort of bring that here.
Now, hang on. Topic jump.
Okay.
What was it? Net runner?
Yeah.
Is that max 2?
Yes.
Like
unfortunately,
one-on-one?
it is.
Okay.
Yeah. It's one of you is the corporation, one of you is the runner. Guild Ball is max 2 as well because it's essentially a soccer game, 2 teams.
Okay.
But I want to talk about these 2 things wherever I can because I think it is a how do I put this? It is if you're familiar with the Half-Life series, it is a Black Mesa. It is a people still working on updating Morrowind to modern hardware. It is essentially the mod scene you see on PC of like old games that it is the people that are playing Final Fantasy XI on private servers. Like it is now. I understand that the connotation of those things all comes off as like, how weird are these folks? Well, I will say, if I were to compare the people in the community project to the people I played Guild Ball with originally, like I've never felt more welcome. I've never felt more at home against one of them. And my first match in a tournament was against the guy that's ranked number 3 in the world. And he's never been outside of the top 5 for the past 8 years. So,
okay.
And even he was like, okay, show me what you know. I scored a goal on my first turn against him. I felt like, oh, okay, maybe I could play this game. And this guy then chose to show me, he's like, look, that's cool that you did that, but here's what you're not thinking about. And then he showed me how he could dismantle me. But while he was doing that, he was like, look, this is because I see the game way beyond what you see it. And as you keep playing, you will start to see that. And because this is your first game back and you were able to get a turn 1 activation with this model, that shows that you know something. That shows that you can learn the game without necessarily needing to get the crap kicked out of you. And everybody else in the community project has been exactly that. Like, even if they're beating you, they want to make sure that you feel like you have had a worthwhile experience in the game. And that's one of the reasons why, like, I love the Super Earth server, because that's how we are. And that's how we've always been. I mean, we all met as we were supposed to be like pitted against each other, trying to audition for the Super Earth podcast. None of us got it, but like we all became friends because of it. So,
Yeah,
I mean, and none of
absolutely.
us hold any ill will towards the people that got it. Like we were all, it was 100% like camaraderie in arms, and that's a beautiful thing. So like,
Yeah.
I would much rather spend time pointing people towards places like that than necessarily other places where it's not that way.
Mhm.
So I hope you don't mind that I
Yeah, I
shared
agree.
that with you, because
Thank you.
if you're ever willing to learn something weird, Netrunner and Guild Ball.
I think it's a great experience to share,
No.
and just the fact that you were able to find a local community
Mm-hmm.
that could play Guild Ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's amazing. I don't know. Roll the dice. I just don't see that happening with the games that I'd play.
You'd be. I mean, the one thing that, and this goes back to like what we were talking about long distance friendships. Like, because I didn't have any, and because I didn't really feel like I could be myself in my hometown. When you feel free to try stuff like that, because like I wouldn't have done that back in Iowa. Absolutely not. I wouldn't because I was so, the way that I grew up in a household where like didn't think like everybody else. It was kind of you were shamed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that because I wouldn't want to have to explain to somebody what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't want to have to feel the guilty for just trying to be interested in something. Whereas here, like, I realized that the worst that could happen is these people are, and I don't want to be around them anymore. But I have gone out and I have learned that they are dicks, and the learning is, you know, I mean, really, it's all just the friends we make along the way, or the dicks we learn to avoid, right?
Absolutely.
So with that, make friends, avoid dicks.
Yes. It's the most solemn wisdom we've had yet.
And spin around, and use the right stick to spin around on Helldivers 25 times.
Yeah, I really appreciate you helping me get that achievement.
Hey, everybody needs to be a dancing queen, my friend. Everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't even know if we need to do much of a games that sustain here, and I think we've already like covered that throughout the course of the conversation.
I feel like that was a pretty adequate final thoughts.
I mean, games that sustain. Cue the siren. Left 4 Dead. Am I right?
Left 4 Dead 2, baby. Bow, bow, bow.
I've actually been playing. We did the episode Crab Champions lately. Bacon got me playing that, and now I've been playing that a lot lately.
What is Crab Champions?
It's
sounds a lot like Rocket League. I've never played Rocket League.
It's third person run and gun.
Yeah, third person
arena.
Shooter. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you're just like a sassy crab with like guns and
Oh,
stuff.
I'm thinking of that beetle ball.
I do like a sassy crab.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it was funny. Bacon like plugged it in our second episode, and he was like, if you guys ever play it, invite me back. So we were like, all right, we'll play it. And we did an episode with him last weekend. We recorded, and I was like, you know, when you first told me about this game, I thought it was going to be garbage, and this is actually a really fun game.
Yeah, no, I'm still playing it. It's been good. It's a nice something that I can just kind of turn on and play, and it's just mindless and shoot things, and yeah, it's fun. I want to play. I keep wanting to play Jump Space.
Jump Space, yeah.
But Jump Space is
yeah.
like, this is a 40-minute mission. You gotta commit to a 40-minute mission, man. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that.
I'm looking forward to my first try on it.
Didn't you play
40-minute
that with-
mission in this economy? Come on.
I mean, like in Helldivers, it's like, okay, this is like a max, roughly, you know, maybe 42 if you run the clock, but like you can usually squeeze it out depending on what level you're doing. But like, Jump Space is different because it's all kind of based on, it's like, all right, this is kind of the minimum runtime you're going to have to do for each section, and that's just if you just go and run and you don't really do much exploring or anything. So it's like, it's going to take you probably longer because the whole point of that game is to look around and salvage and try and pick stuff up. So that's a tough game because it's a bit more of a time commitment.
You were playing that one with my second oldest the other day, weren't you?
That's right. We were. I think we got through like one round of a couple different games before your laptop crashed, and that was one of them.
Yeah, no, that was funny. I came downstairs and he was just like sitting here like playing that game with you, and I was just like, hey, what you doing? He was like, playing Jump Space with Aaron. I was just like, all right, have fun. I just like came down here to get laundry, and I was like, are you gaming right now? Yeah. And then I think you had like said something, and he was like, "Oh, Aaron."
God,
heard you."
it's only a matter of time before he goes, "What are you, a cop?"
Yeah. I was
man.
just it was a weekend day or something. I think I don't remember what day it was, but I think I just jumped on just to try and kill some time, and I didn't even know that he could just jump into my game. That I found out he did. He could.
That's funny. He just like crashed.
Today,
the
And
party.
I was like, oh, I guess we're doing co-op today. Okay, right, let's go.
Nice.
Todd, did you have any games that sustain or?
I have not been playing much games other than Saturday nights. I've been working on Maximus Host mostly. I think it's in a good place,
Yeah.
but there's always some stuff to work on. So that's all coding. That's my game. Coding sustains.
You're making a
Oh,
game?
that's cool.
No, it's a website that hosts game servers.
Oh, okay.
So like right now it's mostly just Minecraft, but I'm going to expand it once I get more time.
That's cool.
I mean, moving right into plugs. You want to plug your thing, and yeah, Matthew, if you have anything you want to plug, I know you mentioned you had like other podcasts.
Oh yeah, I'm currently only in one podcast, despite my best efforts. But it's called Freereeling It. It is a podcast about movies, where my buddy Jesse and we pick a movie and watch it and talk about it. Nothing. We try and be critical, but neither of us are like the most critical. We just love watching movies. And we're in our second season. We are doing a thing where each movie has to have like one of those 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon connections to the next one. The most recent one we did is Death Becomes Her from 1992.
Okay.
And
I remember that one, yeah.
Our next one is Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, because the cinematographers are the same. So and let me tell you, early impressions, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is a weird time. I almost
see that one.
I almost want to go. It's neither Halloween 3 nor is it Season of the Witch. But no, we both love movies a lot. We try more often than not. If you look through our episode list, it's kind of the artsy fartsy stuff. A lot of foreign cinema. Okay. But this season, by doing that, it's led us to more Hollywood fare, which has been fun. Like, I had never seen the movie Tombstone in its entirety, and we did that earlier this year. It had been, I don't know if I'd ever actually seen Big Trouble in Little China. We did that. So yeah,
nice.
we've had a lot of fun doing movies. And I think there's really I think each of us has one that we were like, this one was kind of not great.
Hudsucker Proxy.
Okay.
Haven't done it yet.
Ooh.
We haven't gotten to the Coen brothers. I think I think it's one of those things we kind of avoid those partially because we've seen them. And partially because we will probably find a way to talk too long about them.
But you've seen that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know me some Proxies by Hudsucker, let me tell you.
That I know that one is that one's a favorite of mine.
Oh, that's a good favorite to have. I'm proud of you, sir.
Don't be too impressed. Another favorite of mine is Hackers. So
Hackers is great.
That.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I mean,
I
that's
just knew what they
debatable.
were
Why are you
doing.
feeling guilty about Hackers? Hackers is awesome. Yeah, well,
Classic.
it's
Qualifying.
it is one of those movies that is special for sure. Is it capital C classic? No.
No, It's like the word classic written on like a fortune cookie paper that's at the bottom of your like lowest quality whiskey glass, but you're like, I see it, it's there. I'm still gonna drink it. It's gonna be delicious going down. But
okay, now I'm with you, sir.
Early Angelina Jolie and what's his name from SLC Punk.
Matthew Lillard.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of memory from movies and actors.
Oh, movies and music, like my mind's a death trap for bull. And they trust me next to brain surgeons, believe it or not. So
you ever just spill out some knowledge while you're like in the operating room, like
all the time.
You're
all
going
the
to
time.
sleep, but you know
I don't do it to the
movie?
I don't do it to the patients. I do it to the doctors, and the doctors.
You should do it to the patients.
No, the patients are already under enough stress. They know.
Yeah, they won't remember it anyway.
Well, when they come into the room, they will. They're not under anesthesia yet. But the doctors, like, we're all scrubbed in, and they can't just like say you need to leave because then that requires someone else to scrub. And I'm like, you're just stuck with me. And then I do bad dad jokes too. I love a good dad joke.
Nice.
And yeah, I think the most recent one that I used, and this isn't a secret one, but like I did, why does a chicken coop have only 2 doors? Because if it had any more, it'd be a chicken sedan. And
I haven't heard that one.
Like the doctor that was working on this patient just literally, his hands stayed right where they were, and then he just dropped his head. And he's like, he looked at me and he goes, "We just started. Why do you have to do this so early?" And I'm like, "Here's the wire you want."
Oh man.
So yeah, I have a wealth of unnecessary knowledge, and I love shenanigans. Helldivers.
Yep.
Todd, did you?
Todd, do you want to? Yeah, do you want to? same wavelength here, Aaron. Todd, do you want to plug your hosting service?
So I'm setting up a hosting service, MaximusHost.com. Going to be hosting game servers for dedicated servers. It's starting off with Minecraft. Going to be moving on to Sons of the Forest, Pal World, and many others. It's all in progress. Small community. So anyone gets on, give me some feedback, and I'll work on it. And I'll get it where you need it to be.
Awesome.
I actually have a plug. So at the time of this recording, at least, it'll be live now. But for anyone who's paid any kind of attention has noticed we're kind of on like a 3-week lag. By the time this comes out, it'll already have been up for a while. But we have the curator page on Steam now because we hit the 10 reviews. So if you go to the Steam store, you have to go store, recommendations, Steam curators, find more curators, then go to most popular. We're not the most popular, but that's the only way to search. You go to most popular and then search for Co-op Chaos. It'll come up as Co-op Chaos Gremlins. I think the group name Co-op Chaos was already taken. But if you go there and you can follow us, and then you can see all the games that we've done so far. If there's any game where you're like, I kind of like to check out that one that they were talking about, you can just go and we'll have everything listed there.
Yeah.
Joe Dante's Co-op Chaos Gremlins.
Who, what now?
Joe Dante directed Gremlins.
The film Gremlins. You're like, hey, movie knowledge coming in hot,
Who
baby.
did Gremlins 2?
Joe Dante.
Oh, he did both.
Yeah. That's why they're both amazing.
The second was my favorite.
The second
one's the best.
Which one was the Christmas one?
The first one's too serious, and then the second one is like, I want to talk to you.
So, thank you to Afterlife Boy. Thank you to Matthew. Thank you to Matthew for being here, and thank you.
Yeah, we get to thank you in
thank
person.
You to Todd. Yeah. And oh yes.
Yeah. So thank you again for listening to another incredibly action-packed episode of Co-op Chaos. If you have any questions, comments, you want to suggest a game, or you want to jump into a game with us, you can email us at coopchaospodcast@gmail.com or leave a comment wherever you're listening to us.
All game audio and sounds featured on Co-op Chaos are the exclusive rights of their respective developers.
It was coming through actually loud for me.
But I had turned it up midway because I realized it was like down.
To me, it sounded loud at first, and then it sounded like you turned it down.
Yeah.
I need it to be maximum because it's the only way I feel anything.
Turn it to 11.